Welcome to another video on my channel. My name is Michelle and I usually describe myself as a crochet designer and as a feel-good author. However, I am now starting to do a bit more knitting projects, so that will be a bit more coming into this channel as well. I also wish to write my books, or at least translate some of my books into English in the future as well. So we'll see how it goes. I am very interested in writing more cozy mysteries as well. So, but if you want to know more about me or my background, please let me know in the comments below. And maybe in the future we can have a video with like some sort of Q&A or something like that. Now, in this video, however, I think we're going to talk about, well, I think that you maybe maybe if you're like me, you can be very inspired by TV shows, movies, etc. when you're maybe looking for a new project, knitting project, crochet project, whatever it might be. Yarn project in mind is mostly what I'm thinking here. So I thought that let's make a video where we look at some TV shows and some movies and see the big, iconic maybe items there, or maybe just hidden items there that are knitted or crocheted, and see what we think about them. And if this is something like you think would be fun to do, if we just dig down deeper into one TV show or one movie, please let me know, because I think that would be very fun too, to just look at one maybe TV show and look at all the crocheted or knitted items there that we can find, and see if that's something that maybe would inspire us in our projects here outside of the cameras, if you will, or as a viewer, or as a fan. So grab something nice to drink, something cozy maybe. Also, maybe you want to work on something while I'm sitting here and talking. Go and do that. You can pause here if you want, but otherwise we're going to start the video now. I think that one of the most latest, I guess, hypes I've seen around is the fox/wolf cardigan with Ryan Gosling, is that his name? From the movie called Project Hail Mary, I think it's pronounced. And I mean, I can understand the hype. I think it's a very, very cool looking cardigan, and I don't think that you often see cardigans, or you get this hype when it comes to items or clothes for men clothing, but maybe I'm wrong. I think this is, I mean, it's an iconic, it's like almost, I don't know even if the movie had the chance to get out or come out before people just, gravitated to this cardigan in the trailers even. So I haven't made this cardigan myself, and I've been tempted to, but I've seen so many people doing it or making it, and I'm usually late to those parties because I usually see people hyping about a certain piece of clothing or whatever it might be, movie, etc. I mean, I was very late to the Twilight movies before I started watching them, which I think also have a few crocheted and knitting projects there that we could definitely talk more about in a future video, but not today. So I understand though, so maybe what I'm trying to say is that I might do the cardigan in the future at some point, but I do think it's a very cool looking cardigan. I love tapestry crocheting, and I do think that I am enjoying my color work when it comes to knitting too. I think if I would make it, I would probably knit instead of crochet it. I've seen both. I've seen people crochet it and knit it. But I think I would probably knit it just because it looks like a very big and chunky cardigan, which makes it very heavy, especially if you crochet it, because you use a lot more yarn when you crochet. I do think sometimes, because I'm more comfortable with crocheting, obviously, I think that it would go easier. However, I'm starting to be more comfortable with knitting too, so I think I would probably be fine knitting it as well. But have you made this cardigan, and is this something that is on your maybe to-do list? Let me know. Do you not like it? Because that would be, I guess, a much smaller group of people. I think it's a very like timeless, classic, old cozy style. Maybe a bit, it falls into that vintage category, right? So I definitely think that it's worth the hype, and I do think that I would love to make it one day. We'll see. The second one I think is also very common, and many people have already made it, but it's been around, and it's the Harry Potter movie, probably most from the first movie straight away. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone with the Mrs. Weasley Christmas jumper, right? That has been a huge, I think, inspiration for many people. Many people have knitted this one. I don't think many people have crocheted this jumper or a sweater. And I know there is a bit of a controversy or like drama / discussion about, you know, the author of the stories, etc. I'm not having that conversation or discussion in this specific video. If you want to hear my opinion about it, we can have it in a different video as well. Again, let me know in the comments below. But I thought we'd keep it to the yarn projects in this one. And I do think that this is a sweater / a jumper. I don't know. I usually say sweater. I use both, you know, because English is not my main or first language. Sorry if the lights is being a little bit, if it blinks again, I will try to fix that. But anyway, so what I was saying is that I would love to have a sweater like this. I would probably modify it a little bit, we'll see. But I am planning on making the Weasley Christmas jumper or sweater for my brother. I am wanting to do one for myself. However, I might make it into a more proper sweater. I'm not sure if I will do the same for my brother, because I think the whole look of this is a bit more like handmade. You have a little bit different color there. I'm not sure if I want to make it more of a proper color, because I want it to be a bit more wearable, maybe. I don't know. I do like the style. I love the, you know, every time I see a basically knitted jumper or sweater with a letter on it, I feel straight away, my mind goes to this Harry Potter Christmas scene. And I love that. I love that. So have you made this sweater, or are you planning on making it? Do you feel like you don't want to make it? You know, keep it civil and kind in the comments below. But like I said, we can have the full discussion about my thoughts on the author, and all the controversy and everything that has happened around that. So yeah, just comment your thoughts and we'll jump to the next project. Okay, so the other one, the third one, I guess, is some from a TV show that I haven't actually watched, but I know my brother screams, or if he watches this, he would scream to me and say, you have to. And it's the TV show called Outlander. And I think the character is called Claire Rent. I'm not 100% sure, but she has this very iconic shawl. And it's like you can wrap it around you and almost tie it on the back, and then it creates this almost half cardigan, you know, keep you warm at least on your upper body. So I think that one looks very cool. I think I could definitely see myself making one. I think it's one of those shawls that you could have when you don't want to have a jacket, but you still want to have something cozy. And maybe if you don't want to have a cardigan on you, and yeah, I don't know, it's like a half scarf, half cardigan, I think, and I think that looks very cool. I don't know if it's going to be one of my, you know, soon priority on, like, I think I can see myself doing it at some point in the future, but I don't think I will make it now. But I do think that it's a very cool, I like when you do something very simple, because if I understand it, it's more of a triangle, and you can use it, and if you wrap it in a certain way, it looks like a cardigan. I like those things when you know, can take something simple and make it look more, I guess, advanced than it really is. And I'll try to link everything, by the way, in the comments, in the description section as well, if you are curious about like ideas. I've been trying to, I maybe should have said this in the beginning, but I have tried to find actual patterns that are either the exact ones as we see here, or are very close to or inspired by. So, and obviously there's, you know, you can do whatever you want. You can obviously find other patterns that you feel are more close to what I'm showing here, but I just wanted to say that. And let's jump to the other one. So this one is, I think it's been out for a while. I think I read somewhere that it was a big hype to 2019, and it's from the movie called Knives Out, I think, with Chris Evans, and it's this like fisherman sweater, very much cable and such. So I have a link down below as that is inspired by this movie sweater. Now, this I think would be something you could wear and no one would really maybe relate it to any like specific TV show / movie. I think you can see some kind of similar like oversized sweater like this on Rory / Lorelai, the daughter, in Gilmore Girls. She also have this like oversized white, almost cabled sweater as well. So you can, I guess, you make this one and you can make it oversized if you want to go for that look more. That was, I guess, a little bonus one. But Knives Out, the Chris. Now I've got like his name started to sound weird in my head. But Chris Evans' sweater is apparently had a big hype in 2019. So I can see myself making a fisherman sweater almost like that. Maybe not the exact one because I don't think that matters too much. I think I would more here try to connect or get close to the feeling of it instead of having it to be the exact same cable pattern and etc. But I think this is a really cool one, and I can definitely see and understand why people got the hype, and I do think that I will make something similar in the future. Just don't know exactly when. I'm not into cable knitting at like right now because I just entered color work, but I am very curious about cable knitting. So we'll see. And let's jump to the next. So I guess this is another one that is very iconic that many people would recognize, and that is the hat that you find in the movie Home Alone on Kevin, the kid. He has this like moose beanie, and I think that one is very iconic. I think many people rewatches the movie, especially the first and the second one, Home Alone, and feel very, nostalgic about these movies. And I think that his hat is very I think it suits a child, but I also think it would suit an adult. So I think this one is very cool, and I think I would want to make it as well at some point. I think it's one of those hats that also looks very cozy, and like I said, I think it fits any ages. So yeah, have you made this one? I think that I've seen a lot of people, not a lot, but I think I've seen a few people make it. And I can imagine it being on many people's to-do list. Is that something that you want to make, or do you feel like you've seen maybe beanies on other characters in this movie or maybe in other TV shows / movies? Let me know in the comment below if there's any specific beanie we should not miss out on. And yeah, I think let's go to the next. So this one is a little bit maybe trickier because I don't think that this is something that many people think about, but it is, in my opinion, a very classic cardigan, and you can see it in Desperate Housewives, which is one of my, or used to be at least, my favorite shows. You can, like with many old shows, you can start to question the morality and ethics of those TV shows as well today. But I don't know, it maybe is very nostalgic to watch, like, for example, Charmed, which also where you can see Pro Halliwell having this sort of classic cardigan, but also in Desperate Housewives, like I mentioned, you can see it specifically, I think, on Brie Vanderkamp, the character there. It's like this like thinner cardigan that you can just throw on. It's more suitable for like spring, summer. And I used to have this kind of cardigans, classic cardigans, when I was younger. And I used to not knit them myself, but I bought them. But I do think that it would be fun to make maybe one or two in different colors today. And I think this is because I'm in a very much a cardigan journey right now. I'm making a lot of cardigans or focusing on cardigans. So I can see myself making one of these in a very near future. And in the comments below, may just given 2 examples that are very similar to this cardigan. But again, there's I started scrolling through Ravelry, and I think Petite Knit, unfortunately, I come across a lot of hers, and she has a lot of classic items or knitting patterns as well. I know that people don't always want to do Petite Knit because I think there is I should just say this, but I think there's I think we should try to give recommendations and tips about a variety of knitting designers, because I know that some knitting designers have one style when they write patterns, and then another one have a different style. And, we are all different. So, a certain pattern style might work for certain people, and etc. So that's why I feel like we should be showing varieties. And that's why I'm saying, because I think Petite Knit has great patterns. It's just that I think she is the default for many people. I think many people will go to her patterns and just do them. And I would love to see other designers come in and get some space too. So if you have any other suggestions, please throw them into the comment sections below as well. But yeah, you might see a lot of tips or recommendations of Petite Knits patterns in my descriptions, and I'm sorry for that, but that's the time I had, and those were the ones that I found. So, but this is, like I said, a very classic cardigan, and I think you can find similar style anywhere. I think there's a lot of different ones. So yeah, and that is all I had to say about this cardigan. Let's go to the next. Okay, and then we have the TV show Friends, and we have Rachel Green, and I think that you can find a lot of inspiration from this TV show Friends if you go through the whole show. I think that there are many iconic, clothing items, even throws. Like, I think I've seen a crocheted blanket there that I think I've seen at least one or two being inspired by that as well. So of course there's a lot here to talk about, but I wanted to focus on this green turtleneck that Rachel Green is wearing. And I am sorry if I don't have any great images on that or of that, but it was hard to find. But I hope you can see which one I'm talking about. And it's like this turtleneck and then open arms. And it goes, I think it's a long turtleneck, right? And it is, I like the green on Rachel Green. That's funny. I didn't even think that it was the same color as her surname. But yeah, I like the green on her. I don't know if the green suits my skin tone and me, but I like the style of it. And I can see, I think I have another image here of her also wearing it in a different color. So I think that just the turtleneck as with no arms, I think that is a very cute and cool look. Again, makes it suitable for winter if you want to have like a long sleeve underneath it, but it also suits maybe spring/autumn or a cooler summer day. So I think that's why I also think that I wanted to talk about this top. And what I wanted to say here, I have I think both the suggestion or recommendations is from I think my favorite knitwear, I think it's called, the camisole number 12 and 13. So just check the description below. But again, if you have any other suggestions, please let me know. I just felt like these were very, classic and clean ones that I thought would be very close to what she was wearing. But again, I think that once you start looking into this, what they were wearing in this TV show, you could find a lot of other good ideas too, and other knitting and crocheted ideas as well. They have hats and I think vests and skirts and etc. So yeah, check that out and let me know if you want me to do a bigger deep dive into that TV show as well. Let's go to the next. And here's one maybe personal. I don't think that many people might have got stuck on this. I don't know. But from the Big Bang Theory, you have Penny's red turtleneck t-shirt, if you will, with some cables in the front. I think I had maybe one suggestion in my description box where on a pattern. But I don't know if it's great. Maybe you can even use a pattern for a sweater with cables, but then just do shorter sleeves. I don't know. I remember seeing this, her wearing it. And again, I'm sorry if I don't have greater pictures of this, but maybe if you've seen the show, you maybe know what I'm talking about. But I fell in love straight away with this kind of short sleeved turtleneck, cozy sweater top, if you will. And I definitely feel like I would make this one for myself. It's just a matter of time. I don't think that really clear red is my kind of red. Maybe I would go more burgundy or more darker, or maybe even choose a completely different color. But I really, 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 really like this one, and I just needed to have this being part of this list. Is this something that you've noticed? Do you even watch? Have you watched the Big Bang Theory? Was it one of your favorite shows or not? It's one of my favorite shows. I I just love that one. I know it has some, you know, over the top jokes sometimes, but I don't know. I'm trying to look at it from a like a more flat point of view, I guess. But I really like it, and I do really love that top, and I really think that that will be something I will make in the future, hopefully in the near future. Let's go to the next one. So I guess this feels fitting because I am going to talk about the movie Practical Magic. I know there's a second movie coming out very soon. And again, there's a few cardigans and tops in this show that you could probably knit / crochet if you wanted to. I'm going to focus on at least one of the cardigans that I think Sally Owens, the Sandra Bullock character, is wearing when she has this white with some flower dress on. She has this cardigan on. I couldn't find a great picture of it, and I couldn't even find a good pattern for it, but I have one or two that I feel goes a little bit towards that more loose cardigan with no buttons, like where it's more like it was open like this, or like designed like straight down like that, not a specific color to it. So a collar, I'm sorry if I pronounced that ridiculously, but I'm sorry. But I hope you know what I'm talking about. So I have one or two suggestions in the description, but I don't think I really could say that I found what I was looking for. So if you do have a better suggestion, again, comment below. But I do think that, you know, this witchy, charmed, they have a lot of like really cool clothes, in my opinion, and very cool styles. So I can, you know, you can find a lot of different inspirational clothing in these kind of TV shows / movies. And this cardigan I thought was really cute, very, you know, I think it's made with a more thinner fabric, so I think that would be cool too. I think there is some kind of pattern along the, like, close to your chest area, or like where the collar ribbing or whatever it would be. So I think you could just sort of make a similar one fairly easy and still get that same kind of vibe that she's giving in this movie. And this is something, again, I would love to make myself. And yeah, if you can find a good suggestion for it, please let me know. But yeah, I was very inspired by the characters from this movie. So yeah, that's the cardigan I really thought was going to be a good tip in this one. Now I think I have only one project left to show you. And I think this is a pretty good one to end this video with, and that is the green scarf from the movie Confession of a Shopaholic. And she has this green scarf, and I know it's not knitted, I don't think it's knitted, but I think that the whole like vibe from that scarf, that you can make that very easily. I think it's just honestly just a very thin, long and squared scarf. So I think this is a very beginner friendly if you want to like knit it or crochet it. But I do think that knitting it would be better, and try to use a very thin yarn to get that more flowiness that she is having in this movie. I think that it is very iconic for obviously that movie, and it has a bit of a role also, or a purpose in this movie. So I do think that that's why I wanted it to be part of this video as well. And again, I don't think it's knitted, but I do think that you can get the same kind of like feel to it if you do choose to knit it. And I think that you can even make it into more of a luxury one. I think it's very long, right? It's almost flowing, and she has it very like simply wrapped around her neck. But it is a statement, and I do think that, I don't know, I feel like I could make one of those myself, maybe with a different, I think green is a nice color, but I think I would do it in a different shade of green. And I do have a cashmere yarn that I talked about in my previous video that might be actually a fun project to use for this scarf. And I might do that actually, and find like, and I don't know if I'm gonna have a specific pattern for it, but I did actually use I just wanted to give you something. So I have 2 suggestions in my description box, but I do think that you can just basically choose as how wide you want it, and just like basically knit as long as you want it. And you can, I guess, do the knit and purl, and I think that will make it also maybe fold in a bit naturally. Maybe that's something you would want to go for with this kind of scarf. I don't know, I would want to feel a little bit of what I want to do, but I think, and you can obviously block it and maybe it will not roll the edges so much, or you can choose to do an edge on that as well and that will help keep it flat. But yeah, I'm very interested in making this one. Maybe this will be the first one of all these suggestions that I've had in this video that I will make. We'll see. But yeah, I really wanted it to be part of this video. So let's go to some final thoughts, right? So what I really wanted or felt I was fun with this one is that we always look for different inspirations, you know, on Pinterest or in movies, TV shows, etc. So I thought it would be really fun to make this video and just look if I could collect some favorites of mine. But obviously this is just the beginning of a list. Like, I think this list could be endless. So yeah, I would love to have all your, you know, if there's anything that you've seen in any TV shows or movies, animated or not animated, because I know that Ghibli Studios have been a big inspiration as well for many knitters and crocheters. So let me know if you have any favorites that you want to be recommending or giving some inspirational tips about. Please let me know. Also, I think I also have other ideas, like if you're, you know, if you read books and you read books that have not become a TV show or a movie, I'm sure that they do describe a lot of crocheted or knitting items in these books. So maybe that could be something that we could try to make a video about, where we get inspired by something that they describe in books and try to, you know, make it into something real and physical. That would be cool too. And yeah, I think that this was a very fun idea or fun video to make. So I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, if you have any questions, don't forget to, like I've said, I feel a lot of times in this video, comment below. And otherwise, please, you know, subscribe if you want more videos like this. Like and comment and keep engaging with me. That helps my channel a lot. Otherwise, I will have to say thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you in the next video. Bye!